And welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, June 27th, 2017. Disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. Good morning, Sue here at the front end of another interesting week. Lots happening again. It's also the last trading week of the month and the quarter, so I'm going to be paying really close attention to how the monthly candle shapes up. So with that, let's get into our look at the Russell Index, and for that we use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000, and we're looking at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. I always like to refer to the Russell first, because I want to make sure that overall the market is trending higher before adding names to my watch list. So we've been keeping an eye on this wedge pattern that's shaping up on the Russell here. We have an orange line of rough support and a black trend line where price seems to struggle when it gets up to that level. We talked about the candles here that had no direction to them, and then the candle for the month of May, which was red. So we want to make sure that the candle for the month of June cancels out May and remains bullish. We will see. I'm going to move it away from the monthly to the 1-year weekly so you can see how price is behaving. We're looking at the same orange line of support as we were on the big monthly chart and the same black line. You can see that that black trend line offered resistance in February. Price drifted down. It offered resistance again in April. Price drifted down to our orange line. And we're kind of coming up to that black line area again here, so we want to be extra careful. I'm going to move it away from the weekly to the 3-month daily. You can see that price is up and over the blue 8-day EMA, which we use as our guide. When price is up and over the 8-day on the Russell Index, we're adding names to our watch list. And so the chart we're going to add to our watch list today is Humana Inc., ticker symbol HUM, trades on the New York Stock Exchange. Before I get into the chart too much, I want to tell you a little bit more about the company. Humana provides various health and supplemental benefit plans to employer groups, government benefit programs, and individuals in the United States. They are one of the biggest companies in that space. You know what, Chart of the Day Cafe? It is all about value, and Humana has a very nice value score here. Second thing I look for is growth, and Humana has a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 17%. Third thing, it's not a must like value and growth, but in this case it is there, is a dividend. And Humana has a small dividend yield of 0.68% with a current PE of 20.66. So with that, let's get into the chart. We're looking at the 5-year monthly chart. First thing I want you to notice is that the 5-year chart shows a nice uptrend. We are up and over this prior area of resistance, and overhead sky is blue. I call it sky is blue and there's no overhead resistance to get in the way of price. So I'm going to move it away from the monthly to the 1-year weekly. You can see that on the weekly chart it had this area of consolidation here, and it looks as though it's trying to lift off of that area. I'm going to move it away from the weekly to the daily. We can see on the daily chart, you can see that area of consolidation. It currently has a red candle, but we're putting it on our watch list. It is early for Humana, but what we're looking for is price to resume its strength. Should the markets continue to show strength and move up and over that 8-day EMA, and perhaps benefit from the vote coming later this week on healthcare in the United States. So keeping an eye on Humana here. Again, it's early. We're looking for price to move up and over the area that it's in now and resume the uptrend. We will see. Along with our new watch list pick, we also like to take a look at the sector that it's in, and for that we're going over to XLV, which is the ETF for the healthcare space. We're looking at the 5-year monthly chart. First thing you want to notice is that it's in this uptrend. It traded sideways for a number of years, but overall uptrend. Want you to note, these are the monthly candles. It traded sideways through 15, 16, and look, last month in 17, it popped up and over that prior area of resistance. After consolidating sideways for a very long time. So this bodes well for healthcare. Keep in mind that Humana is one of the biggest and strongest in that space. We also like to look at seasonality, and for that we go to equityclock.com, a great site that I refer to all the time. You can see that Humana Inc. comes into seasonal favor right about this time of year with a strong back half. No guarantee that happens this year, but always nice to know. I also like to spin over to finviz.com and take a look at analyst support for my watch list pick, and you can see that Humana had a recent upgrade from hold to buy. There's some great articles listed down here. I'm going to include this video clip with my video today. It talks about some traders discuss the vote coming this week and which companies may benefit. Humana was mentioned on their list. And so to summarize, let's go back and check the boxes. We started today's video with a look at the Russell Index, and we note that the Russell is in an overall uptrend. Having said that, over the past several months, it's been trading sideways in our wedge, but within that wedge, price is currently up and over the 8-day EMA on the daily chart. We looked at the sector that Humana is in, XLV, which is the ETF for the healthcare sector. It's in an uptrend on the 5-year chart. Humana is in an uptrend on the 5-year chart and in an area of possible price continuation. It's got a great value score. It's got a good growth score with a forecasted earnings growth rate of 17%. It pays a small dividend of 0.68%. It currently has the 3 over the 8 EMA on the daily chart. It has seasonality in its favor in that it's coming into that period of seasonal strength. Analyst support, we looked at FinViz, we can see that it has a recent upgrade. And when we looked at the Humana chart, we noted that sky is blue overhead. Should it make it up and over this next area, there is no overhead resistance. I call that sky is blue. Current PE is 20.66, and it looks as though earnings will be on August 2nd. Also wanted to give you a quick heads up on another chart that I think looks interesting. It's a past Chart of the Day Cafe pick. It's Coke, C-O-K-E. It's the bottling company as opposed to the beverage drink company. We put Coke forward right here back in October of 2016. We're looking at the 1-year weekly chart. It was sitting in an area of support with a beautiful value score. It has had a gorgeous run since then. Consolidating here and looking interesting. So this is one that I would keep an eye on as well. I'm going to move it away from the weekly chart to the daily chart. You can see that it's trying to stay up and over the blue, but if it has a strong day today, if it looks like we might get a bit of a weak start, but if price recovers and it has a strong day, this is one that's certainly on my watch list. Check the scores on it this morning. Still has a nice high value score, a current forecasted earnings growth rate of 22%, and a dividend yield of 1.17. So that's one other I would also keep an eye on. As a reminder, these videos go out every Tuesday and Thursday morning prior to 9:30 a.m. If you like receiving these videos, please subscribe to our channel by hitting the red subscribe button on our YouTube homepage and become a regular subscriber and see these videos the minute they are uploaded. Many of our picks work out really well. It's all about our thorough preparation and rigorous screening process. With that, I'll say goodbye. Have a good next couple of days, and we'll put our next video out on Thursday.